Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI and a clever spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
All right, we made it there. Hello and welcome to the show. And I'm coming at you remotely at the moment, but let's check in and make sure that we are indeed live. Give me a big old howdy in the chat. So pop into that chat, give me a big greeting, say hello, and we shall get started. So, of course, I'm Bill McIntosh. I'm your host. And I'm known for generating over $100 million in revenue online with my digital businesses. And so I do this show every week to pass on some knowledge, some help, some understanding so that I can help others achieve similar success in starting out from scratch and building and growing their businesses using some of the most cutting edge modern techniques that are out there with a heavy focus on AI, as well as a lot of old traditional methods and how you blend them with modern marketing strategies. Okay, got a bunch of hellos, bunch of howdies. So glad to see you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're not familiar with the channel, we come here every week and we provide cutting edge information on what's working right now in AI. So if you want to learn how to make money using AI, and all of the other amazing new technological breakthroughs that are happening, it seems like on a daily basis, then this is the channel you're going to want to follow. So you'll see down below the video somewhere a subscribe button, and make sure that you are indeed subscribed to the channel so you don't miss anything that we're going to be releasing. We release new training, new strategies, and cutting edge breaking news every single week. And so that's important to make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you won't miss out on either one of our next live shows or any of the other content we drop all week long. And so we had a little bit of a hiatus. I was off on vacation here for a couple of weeks, but I'm still remote at the moment, but wanted to make sure that we don't miss any more live shows. And so here we are. And let me see here. Okay, we got, looks like a few customers here that, who here, by the way, in the chat, let me know who here is a customer of PushButton AI. That is our kind of unofficial sponsor of the channel. It's one of the companies that I am a founder of, and something that I work very hard on. And it is the sort of unofficial sponsor of the show. And I see we do have several customers. I recognize the names. Let me know if you are a PushButton AI customer here in the audience. And for those of you here in the audience, we're going to be doing some Q&A, a live Q&A a little bit later. So if you need some help, you need to ask some advice, some opinion, you want me to critique something you're working on, we'll be doing that as well a bit later in the broadcast. And there we go. I see. Okay, there we go. There's all the PushButton AI customers talking in the chat over there. And today my setup is a little bit different. I'm actually broadcasting from my phone. So the video feed of me is coming through my iPhone. And I got a little laptop up over here on the side. So it seems like it's working out, though. Seems like it's working out. And good. Lots of customers here in the chat. And if you're not yet a customer, I'll do a quick plug for that. And then we're going to get into today's broadcast. So if you are not yet a customer of PushButton AI, it's something that you want to learn about. We are doing a free web class actually tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and you are invited to that. And you can go and register for that by going to pushbutton.ai/free class. And producer Nick, if you could pop that link into the chat for me, that would be awesome, so people can click it. And oh, what's going on there?
Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, if you could pop that into the chat for me, Nick, and make sure everyone can click that link. That's pushbutton.ai/free class. You can learn all about what I think is one of the most powerful business building tools in existence today. So Literally, you answer 2 questions and you press a button, and the AI goes to work and builds an entire business for you, registers your domain name, sets up your hosting, sets up your shopping cart, creates an entire course. You can do videos, audios, 30 days of email sequence, your squeeze page, right, where you can squeeze people to give them so they give you their email address and join your mailing list. It's everything you need to launch a business from scratch. And the AI actually builds it all. It writes all the copy, creates everything you need, and gets your business online like that. So you can find out more about it by going to pushbutton.ai/free class. So, all right, well, there's a plug. We'll get out of the way there, and we're going to get into today's content. So I have 3 important things we're going to be going over this week. Number 1, we're going to be talking about, let's see, where's my list? There we go. So first off, we're going to be talking about 3 ways to generate leads for free using AI. So I'll show you how you can get leads for your business. Or if you don't yet have a business, you can use this as a way to get started. But I'll show you 3 ways to generate leads for free using AI. And a couple of them are pretty darn clever. So I'll show you those. That's going to be our first segment. And then second segment, we're going to be talking about how to use AI to profit with an email newsletter, even if you don't know anything about the niche market that you're in. So if you want to jump into a niche market and you don't know anything about it, I'll show you how you can use AI to create newsletter content about subjects that you are not an expert in, and be able to make profit with that. So we'll be covering that as our second segment. And then finally, our final segment, there has been a tremendous amount of breaking news this week in the whole world of AI. So OpenAI had their developers conference. Elon Musk had to get in and try to steal some of the headlines and talk. He released his new AI called Grok. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. But this week's AI news is quite insane. There's just so much of it. Actually, we don't have enough time to cover it all on today's broadcast. But I'm going to cover the most important pieces when it comes to what you need to know for those who are building a new business or growing an existing business. We'll get into that as well. And then, of course, after each segment, I'll go to Q&A with the audience so that you can all ask any questions or ask for any clarification that you need on each segment. And then, of course, at the end, I'm going to do open Q&A and open coaching. So if you need any consulting, any advice, want me to take a look and critique something, then we'll be doing that at the end of the broadcast. Let me see here. Looks like we're good to go. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, great. Then I think we are good. Okay. So we'll get into and by the way, so if you remember, when we do these segments, we are recording them so that we can reuse the content later. We take the videos and turn it into other kinds of content. So you might see me do retakes. You might see me pause, make notes for my editor and all of that. But that's because we're doing it together live. But I'm also pre-recording some content for us to release later. And so we're going to get into the very first segment. Here we go. Everyone knows that you need leads to build a profitable business. That means whether it's subscribers to your email newsletter or people filling out forms to sign up and schedule appointments so that they can talk to you about buying your products or services, or all kinds of different ways of getting identities of people who are interested in buying from you and you can make profit with. So today we're going to be talking about 3 different ways that you can get leads for free using AI in a couple really powerful tools that I'll be sharing with you. And I'm going to show you 3 different methods, each one extremely powerful. And just yesterday, I got back from a conference that had some of some people that are big names in the industry of marketing and business building, some people who are a little bit underground that you may never have heard of. And the room was filled with 7, 8, and 9-figure entrepreneurs. That means $1 million businesses, tens of millions of dollars annually every single year, and even hundreds of millions of dollars every single year. We're in that room. And I was able to sit down, have some nice close conversations with a lot of them, and learn quite a bit about what's working right now in their businesses. And two of the strategies I'm going to share with you in this segment is come straight from that conference. They're things that are working right now to build. One of them is somebody who is building an 8-figure business. One of them was someone who's building a 9-figure business. And the strategies I'm going to tell you are literally what they're doing right this moment to generate leads and grow their business. So we're going to get into it. So number one, this is a self-funding lead generation method, and it uses something called Beehive and Sparkloop. So there's two different tools that you're going to want to sign up for that you will use in order to do this, and it creates a self-funding lead generation funnel. And I'm actually doing this one myself right now. And what you're going to do is first, you need to create a newsletter. And don't worry, if you're worried that building a newsletter that you have to actually email out to your subscribers. This is an email newsletter that you will email out to your subscribers. It's quite easy to do. And in fact, I'll show you how to do it with AI. So I have training that shows you how to get AI to actually create your newsletters for you. So that part you don't have to worry about. But the important thing is you need an account at Beehive. And so I've got our channel's official affiliate link. So if you use this, you will help support the channel. And that is at pushbutton.ai/B. That's like the bug, BEE, the number 14, B14. And then we'll share that as well in the video description below. So producer Nick, if you're here, if you could put that in for the live audience, and note for editor, we'll edit out this little note for producer Nick, but pop that in for the live audience, and that's pushbutton.ai/B, that's like the bug, 14. And that will get you a 14-day free trial to Beehive. And you're going to need, want to sign up for it. It's the first 14 days are free, so you can downgrade later. But the tool I'm going to be showing you to use in there is called Boosts. And to do that, you need to go with their higher level plan. And then the other tool that we're going to use, well, before we get to that, here, I'm going to show my screen here. Let's see if I can get it over there. So producer Nick, can you pop it over to my screen? So, maybe not.
What did you need?
My screen?
Your screen's not visible.
It should be. Let's find out here. Oh, you know what? I think what happened was, here, let me do this. I'm going to, so looks like my laptop disconnected from the internet. So let's quickly do this. And there we go. Okay, I'm getting some delay on my side for some reason, but there we go. Okay, so hopefully that's coming through, but this is Beehive, and this is what you're going to want to do is sign up for that. And of course, you can get your 14-day free trial, and you can learn more about it, but it's a complete platform for building an email newsletter. It also comes with a landing page builder and a lot of other really powerful features. But you're going to need this to proceed. This is what we use in order to do two things. There's a way to make money called Boosts that are inside Beehive. So you just come in here and go through the sign up process, and then you can have your Beehive account. We go over here to pricing. I'll show you the different tiers. And so what we are looking for is we want the Boost feature, and which is here. This is covered in the scale plan. So we do want access to Boosts in order to make this work. And again, don't forget your first 14 days are free, so you can try it out and see how this works. And then, of course, you can downgrade if you need to, but you will lose boosts, which you need to do the method I'm about to show you. And here, let me see if I can go back to myself. Okay, there we go. All right. So you want Beehive, and you want to sign up for the scale plan so you can activate boosts. It's a very important part of this. So the other thing you're going to need to make this work is something called Spark Loop. And I'm going to get to how you set that up in just a moment. So the first thing is you're going to want to set up your newsletter, and this can be in any niche market. So, I tend to want to make it a little bit general and don't get incredibly super specific, to make it just a little bit kind of not a tiny little very specific niche, but something maybe a little bit more broad if you can, if that will fit for your business model. And then you'll launch your newsletter. It's very easy to do. Again, we've got training on the channel that will show you how to do that, and we'll link to that in the description. But you're going to sign up, get your newsletter set up, and then you're going to go and investigate the Boosts feature. And in Boosts, you can actually get paid for getting subscribers. That's the quick and simple way to explain it. When people subscribe to your email newsletter, they have a chance to also subscribe to others. And when they do, you get paid. And so what can happen here is you can generate a subscriber and get paid money for that subscriber. And when you use Beehive and Boost combined with something else I'm going to be showing you in a moment, you can literally get subscribers for free. So you can get paid back as much money as it might cost you to get a subscriber. So that, let's say you spend $1 on Twitter ads, or $1 on Facebook ads, or $1 on whatever platform you might be comfortable working with to get a lead. Well, you can get paid $1 and sometimes even more for every subscriber that you get, which makes your leads free. So if you have a service business or any kind of business, you have products that you could sell, or maybe you want to promote affiliate products with your email newsletter list, this is a way to build a self-funding list, a self-funding lead generation machine, so that every lead you get that comes in is free. And now you have a chance to sell them lots and lots and lots of other stuff. So the next thing that you're going to need in order to pull this off is to get Spark Loop. Now, Spark Loop won't accept your newsletter until it's established. So if you haven't actually sent a newsletter out through Beehive, you're going to have trouble getting approved at Spark Loop. So I recommend that you publish at least 3 newsletters through Beehive first. So, I mean, even if you push 3 out in a day, 3 out over the course of a couple of weeks, whatever that might be, but get 3 email newsletters published through Beehive and at least get some subscribers coming in. And then you're going to want to sign up to Spark Loop. And I've got a special channel affiliate link for that one too, and that's pushbutton.ai/sparkloop. And producer Nick, if you can pop that link into the chat for everyone. And note for editor, we'll edit that little note out for the content. But you're going to want to sign up at Spark Loop, and again, use our channel official affiliate link. And we earn a small commission when you use our affiliate links, so that it helps support the channel. So I can help use all that money to build and grow and compensate all the team members who work on the channel. And again, that's pushbutton.ai/sparkloop. And sign up there, and then you're going to use Spark Loop so you can double up. They have a plan there that is the same thing. When you get subscribers, when you get subscribers on your Beehive subscriber list, Spark Loop can also pay you. So now you're doubling up on getting paid. So you can get paid from Beehive's boosts. You can also get paid from Spark Loop as well. And you can use these 2 strategies and test them and work with them to optimize them. And you can get leads for free when you use them. And Spark Loop, again, will pay you. It's the same type of a strategy. Spark Loop will pay you for this. It's called co-registration is the name for this strategy, where when someone signs up for your subscriber list, they're presented with an option to join some others. And if they check the box to accept to join the other email lists, then you get paid. So it's, again, a phenomenal way to get to build a subscriber list essentially for free. And I know people that are generating subscriber lists and are at cash flow positive. So let's say they spend $1 to get a subscriber, they might be earning $1.50 or $2 back. And they're actually profiting day one to generate subscribers to their lists. And so that is also possible. But heck, I am happy to get them for free. So if I can get my subscribers for free, then I am incredibly happy, because I know that for every subscriber I get on my mailing list, I make about $1 a month on average per subscriber on my lists. So the more subscribers I get, the more money I make, because I can keep promoting products and services to them, whether I'm promoting my own for things that I sell, or whether I'm promoting affiliate offers where I can sell other people's stuff and get paid a commission. So that is a really, really powerful way to get a free list. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go out and we're going to use several sources of paid traffic. And it'll take quite a long time to try to teach that here today, but we'll have other training in the channel that'll help you with traffic generation. But some of my favorite ways to generate traffic for this strategy are Twitter. So Twitter ads or Twitter organic, Facebook ads and organic. I haven't tried TikTok, but I know there are some people having a lot of success with this model using TikTok. Just about any kind of organic, free or paid strategy is going to work. Personally, I like paid strategies because I can make them work fast. You know, if I'm paying for ads, then I can get subscribers incredibly quickly. And I know that I'm spending money, I'm getting reimbursed by Boost and by Sparkloop. So I love using ads for expanding my subscriber list with this strategy. And then it's like a dial. You just turn the dial up and you get more and more and more leads. So that's strategy number one. Strategy number two for this piece of content here is a low ticket lead generation. So what the heck does that mean? Low ticket lead generation means you're selling an inexpensive product in order to get leads. Your goal is not to get sales. You're not targeting to make money. You're literally selling a product in order to get highly qualified leads. And at the conference that I was just sitting down with, I ran into people selling, whether it's really inexpensive, $4.99, up to as much as $29 on what you call we use quotes, front end. So it's the front end thing. And you're literally sending traffic straight to an offer to sell them something for an inexpensive price. And then these are highly qualified leads, because these are people who are already proven to be willing to get out their wallet and spend some money with you. Now, if you're a little worried about how you do this, don't. Because of the modern day of AI, this is incredibly easy. In fact, if you're a PushButton AI customer, the PushButton AI system just does it for you. It builds everything that we're going to talk about here today like that, and it does it all for you. You just answer a couple of questions and it will build this stuff for you. And again, if you are interested in PushButton AI and you'd like to find out more, you got two choices. You can go to pushbutton.ai/demo, and that you can schedule your free one-on-one demo where you can jump in, learn how PushButton AI can help you with your specific business or your specific situation. And then if it's a right fit, you might be invited to join our early access program, where you can get access to our AI-driven business builder, where it literally builds like the products we're talking about here. If you're going to sell an inexpensive product, you need to build it, and you can use AI to do that. And PushButton AI will literally do that at the push of a button. And so the other option you have is, if you're good with tools like ChatGPT, you can learn how to use ChatGPT, and you can chat with the bot to get it to build products for you. And it's actually quite easy to do. And I can maybe give a couple examples before we go. But of course, the simplest way is by using PushButton AI. And you can go to pushbutton.ai/demo to learn more. And producer Nick, you could pop a link in there, and note for editor, we'll edit this one out as well. There you go. So that's how you would do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our inexpensive product and we're going to have a $4.99 product to as much as say $29. And we're going to have a guide, an ebook, a training, something that helps them solve a problem. So what you're going to want to do is discover an important problem that your perfect customer has. So think about who is the perfect ideal person that you want as a lead, and discover what kind of problems that they might have. And what I'm going to do is we're here with the live audience. And so I'd like the live audience to please tell me in the chat, give me some example niche markets or niche markets that you might be interested in. And then I'm going to show how to use ChatGPT to, number one, try to find an important problem that your ideal customer might have. And then how to create the info product that you're going to sell inexpensively in order to generate this lead. And remember, our goal is just to acquire traffic and acquire leads. And by selling an inexpensive product, we want to be able to break even on our traffic and get essentially free leads. The goal is not to make money with our product. For this strategy that I'm showing you here, the goal is to get people to become a lead and have it so that you can pay for ads. So if you pay for Facebook ads, you can generate that sale and at least break even. So that way you have this high quality buyer lead that you can sell more stuff to as a result of selling it inexpensively. We have mothers. Let's see here. Oh, it looks like that's the only niche I have. So, okay. So we'll go with that one. So we'll talk about the niche of like helping moms who are trying to raise a healthy, happy child and keep a good home. So we're going to cover that, and I'll show you how. If you, let's say you have a mommy blog, as they call them, or you have content that reaches out to mothers, we're going to do an example. I'll show you in just a moment on how you would create this product. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to create the product, and then we're going to have an upsell. So you have your core product, and then something that you can upsell them for even more money. So we're going to create 2 info products, and we're going to sell those in order to cash in. And so here, I think I'm going to try to find my screen again. Is that it? Let's see. There it is. Okay. So let's go over here to ChatGPT. And so we could use AI to generate all of this. And so we can come to ChatGPT and just straight up tell it. And we're going to say, you are an expert business marketing researcher. Please research the niche of mothers who want to raise happy and healthy children. Please give me a list of 10 of their most important, emotionally compelling problems that they want to solve. Okay, it's that simple. You can literally just give this prompt to the AI and let's send it and see what it comes up with. Okay. So it's actually going out on the web and doing research. It's actually going out and doing research for me now. And as you'll notice, I'm using GTP4 in order to do that. It's got the ability to browse the web. And here we go. So it is going to give us a list of 10 of their most important problems. And these are, every one of these 10 things could potentially be a clue on a cheap, inexpensive product that you could sell. So what we could do is make a quick course. So time management for mothers, right? That actually could be an entire course that you could have AI write for you. Moral and ethical guidance, work-life balance. That's probably a really important one. So again, same thing. We could write a a course about that. And don't worry, you can get the AI to write the course as well. Nutrition. So I know, mothers want to make sure that they're raising their kids healthy, and nutrition is an important thing. Dealing with technology in young children, behavioral issues. So what we could do now is we could actually take one of these, and let's try this one. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to say, please outline a course that helps solve the problem of, we'll put quotes around it. We're just going to feed this right back to ChatGPT. There we go. So it's actually going to outline a course for us and tell us what it should all be about. So here's our course modules. There we go. Look at that. We're got an 8-week course. It's offering suggested features, which you may or may not want to follow those. And so now what we can do is we can go in and week by week, we can build out these modules. So we can come in as, for example, I can take this outline now and feed it back to ChatGPT again. So I can say, please create an outline, intensive for a lesson about. Okay, so now I'm just taking the information and feeding it back. And now it's going to outline a lesson for me. Okay, and then we just keep doing this. So we can keep feeding back each section of each lesson back to ChatGPT and ask it to write it for us. Okay, so it's going through topics for the entire lesson. And again, we just keep feeding back the information it's giving us to get it to keep writing our course for us. So it's going to continue writing for a while. But as an example, as we get this outline, we can take this topic right here, copy it, and ask ChatGPT to write this section of the lesson. And by doing this, you can spend an afternoon with ChatGPT doing the same thing, asking it questions, feeding the information back to it, and it can write an entire course that you can turn around and sell for an inexpensive price. And remember, all we're looking to do is sell an inexpensive course for as little as $4.99. And this helps cover your advertising budget. So you can spend money to get that sale done, okay? So we're going to drive traffic, and we're not going to ask for a subscription. Instead, we're going to send them straight to a purchase page for an inexpensive course that we built with AI. Now, remember, if you're a PushButton AI customer, you don't have to do that. You don't have to go back and forth, copying and pasting and having conversations with a chatbot and all that stuff. Instead, PushButton AI can literally just build it for you. So you don't have to hassle with any of that. And again, I'll plug that one final time. That's pushbutton.ai/demo. Okay, so that's our lead generation method number 2. So we're going to sell a product on the front end. So it helps us buy traffic. And all we want to do is break even if we lose just a little bit of money, but we're getting really high quality leads of proven buyers. So it's a buyer lead who's somebody who's proven that they're willing to buy solutions. And now you can sell them your products, or you could even sell them affiliate products and make money commissions by selling other people's stuff. So that's the strategy. Now, method number 3, we're going to flip this in reverse. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to get a subscription on the front end. So we would send traffic to an opt-in page, or a squeeze page as they call it. And we're going to just get someone to join our list. So we're going to say, hey, get a free report. Fill out this opt-in and get your free report and learn how to solve nutritional issues for your children. right? And so someone will put their name and their email in there, they'll hit a button, and on the very next page, now you try to sell them a product. You see, it's steps, number 2 and number 3 are actually the same model, just flipped and reversed. So in version 2, you're going to send them straight to them buying on the online. Version 3, you're going to send them to a subscriber page and then upsell them to buy something online. And now the funny thing is, it's all the same materials. You would create the same kind of a course, and you would sell it for an inexpensive price, but you're just flipping it. And different strategies work for different markets. And what's funny is, as I was walking around with all of these people building multi-million and $100 million businesses, many of them were using one strategy, others were using the other strategy, but both of these were in use. So if you're looking for a strategy that you want to build a really big and really profitable business, pick one of these. So pick one of these 3 and make it work for you. So again, method 3 is simply reversing it. Get a subscription first. When they subscribe, on the very next page, you just say, hey, since you're looking to solve nutritional problems with your kids, here is a really cool course that's a comprehensive course that will teach you everything you need to know to make sure that your kids are raised happy, healthy. You can list all the problems that the course solves, and you sell it for money. Okay. So there you go. That is it for how you have a self-funding lead generation machine. So you can use one of these 3 methods. I'm having a lot of fun experimenting with method number 1 over the last few weeks. And I'm about to launch an entirely new funnel using method number 2 myself. We're probably about 2 weeks out from that. So when I get more data from me implementing this, I'll let you know how it goes. And on that note, remind you, if you want a tool that will build you one of these businesses without having to deal with chatting back and forth and learning how to deal with ChatGPT, then check out PushButton.ai and go to PushButton.ai/demo for your chance for a one-on-one demo. We'll work with you to show you how PushButton AI will help you build your own business at the press of a button that will build your whole business. It'll create your courses, your free reports, your squeeze pages for getting subscribers. It'll create video lessons, audio lessons. It'll create a 30-day email sequence. It'll even make your logo, build your website, launch it, register your domain name, and get your business live all for you while you kick up your feet and watch. It's quite something. So check it out, pushbutton.ai/demo. And that is it for this training. So make sure also to subscribe. You'll see down below the video our subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel and get lots more trainings just like this one. And I will see you next time. Okay, so that is segment number 1. So what I want to do now is go to the live audience and see if you guys have any questions. And I can't really see my screen. So producer Nick, I'm going to be relying on you. So live audience, do you have any questions about these 3 self-funding lead generation strategies? And producer Nick, are you out there?
I am.
Okay, cool. And then I didn't see if anybody had questions while I was talking. Was there anything that they asked?
Not while you were talking. So I guess, you gave them the open invitation to ask questions. So I guess we're just waiting for them to roll in. I kind of have a question. And I know we've been collaborating on this together. But, your camera went. You're back.
Okay, what happened?
Your camera disappeared.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, my question is, there's these you have these features like boosts and Spark Loop where you can do. Some people call it upscribes. Some people call it, I think Spark Loop calls it co-registration. What percentage of the time do you see newsletters where they're ROIing right off the bat, where the cost to acquire a subscriber is 100% offset by the upscribe payment?
Well, I wouldn't say I have done a comprehensive survey to kind of give an accurate thing. I mean, what I have done is I've looked at newsletters for sale. So people that are trying to sell they built a newsletter business and they're trying to flip it, trying to sell it. And when I go through those, I'm finding that quite a few of them are ROI positive right away. Like half of them that are on the market for sale can make a positive ROI right out of the gate. So, at this point, we've just been experimenting and dabbling in it. And I can tell you that I'm confident that we have one of our newsletters that will be ROI positive starting day one as subscribers come in. So we'll be making a profit to generate subscribers. Yeah.
All right. Kim wants to know, she says, can you go through this again? Just a summary.
Okay, yes. So, there are three things. So I'll summarize the three really quickly. So our first strategy was using Beehive and Sparkloop to have a newsletter business. So we're going to have an email newsletter, and its sole purpose is to attract leads. So we're going to attract subscribers and leads to our newsletter that we have built using Beehive and Sparkloop. And Beehive and Sparkloop are going to pay us for our leads. Is the quickest way to explain it, right? So we spend money, we buy ads, say on Twitter. The traffic comes to our newsletter subscription page, and then we get paid for every subscriber that we generate. But we're building our own list, so it's sort of a self-funding situation where you get reimbursed for your advertising to build your list for free this way. So that's method one. Method two is where you're going to sell. You will make your own inexpensive, low-priced course that you will sell. And the goal is not to make profit off of selling the course. The goal is to acquire buyer leads. So these are leads of people who have proven they're willing to get out their credit card and spend money to solve a problem. These are very valuable, and you can now sell them your stuff or other people's stuff for commission. But again, it's a similar strategy. So rather than using Sparkloop and Beehive to make money, we're selling our own course to make money instead, with the same goal. We just want to cover the cost to send the traffic to our site to get that subscriber. And then finally, the third one was very similar. We're going to generate a subscriber first and then upsell them into a course in order to, again, same strategy. We want to generate the click, get the subscriber, and then quickly put something in front of them to sell them so we can pay for our traffic costs, so that we're able to spend money with, whether we're spending money with Elon Musk over on Twitter/X or Zuckerberg over on Facebook or wherever we're buying our ads from. We just want to break even on our ad spend so we can build ourselves a valuable subscriber list or a lead list. So there you go. There's a recap. Any other questions? I just realized my water looks purple on camera, but I filled it up with electrolyte powder, so it makes it look purple. Producer Nick, are you out there?
Yes.
So what else we have?
So Kim had another message, and it seems like it's 3 questions in one message. I'll give them to you one at a time.
Okay.
She says, what do your ads say? So I guess, what does the ad look like? What does the creative look like? What's the channel?
So it depends on which of the 3 strategies you're going to use. And I can do a much more comprehensive course, like a much more comprehensive lesson on how to make ads. If that's something if the audience is interested in that, we'll do a comprehensive training on it. So, so audience, chat, if you let me know that's something you'd like to do. Would you like to learn how to use AI to make ads? But as an example, on the channel, we have done training on how to make video ads to generate interest in your product. So there is a lesson. Nick, is that on the channel? I'm pretty sure it's on the channel now.
It is. I'll pop the link in right now.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we have a lesson on how to make video ads that do that. But each of the three methods, it would be a slightly different ad. Your purpose is to get them to go, subscribe for free, or to go check out, a product that solves their problem. So it depends on which of those three things that you're going to be doing. If you're going to be sending it to the newsletter, it's very simple. It's like, click here to join our free newsletter, where we give you tips and help and information every week on how to raise happy and healthy children. There you go. That's an example of an ad for a newsletter. If I had a course that I was selling for, let's say, $4.99, then my ad would say something like, stressed and worried that your kids aren't healthy from their current diets, discover the solution so that kids can be happy, healthy, and grow to, I'm using healthy too much. They can learn how to feed your kids in a easy way so that they can be happy and healthy for the rest of their lives, something like that, right? So you're trying to get them to go look at the course. So the ad would be slightly different, but the whole subject of doing paid advertising is quite an extensive one in and of itself. So I can do more. I can cover that more later if there's enough interest. What else we got?
Okay, and I think you've essentially answered this question, but I'll give you what he asked. Philip says, how the income is made is not clear to me. So how are you making money with this strategy?
Well, the segment was about how to get leads for free. So this training was not about how to make money. It was about how to get leads for free. And then it's a whole other topic, which we've covered in past sessions, and I can cover more in future sessions. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and check out the content, and we'll cover that. But today is not a comprehensive, it wasn't intended to be like, here's an entire business model from start to finish. So today, that segment was specifically about how to get leads for free, right? So that's just to provide some clarity. But you have many choices. Once you have leads, once you have subscribers on your newsletter, you have all kinds of choices. Either you sell your stuff, if you have something for sale, or you sell someone else's stuff and get paid a commission. Those are basically the two choices that you have. Now, there's also a model where you can have a newsletter that you get paid sponsorships. That's a whole other discussion. It's a whole other business model. But those are some just very high level examples of what you would do with those leads once you have them. All right. What else?
We're caught up.
Okay, fantastic. All right, well, then we're going to move to the next segment in a moment. But before we do, we're going to do our ad experiment. So, Producer Nick, are you ready to hit the green $ button in a moment?
Yes, I'll do that right now.
Okay, cool. Well, wait till I say. We're going to do it on cue. But here's how we do it. Those of you who have been on our live shows, you know the drill. So what we do is we're going to take a quick ad break. And those of you who do not have YouTube Premium, you're likely to get an ad. And YouTube is weird, though, because sometimes it gives you an ad, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it'll give you 2 ads. Sometimes it'll give you 3 ads. But when we take an ad break, it's going to push an ad out to everybody who's watching the stream at the moment. And the reason it's an experiment is I would like you to please put into the chat window, into the chat panel, and let me know what your ad is about. I want to see how targeted are the ads that YouTube is providing. And then, by the way, so it's also interesting. I find it very interesting. So the audience, you can all see what kind of ads one another get on today's channel. So we're going to do our ad break, and then make sure you put in the chat what you got an ad for, or if you did not get an ad, let me know. And we'll hit the ad break now. So go ahead, Nick, hit the button.
All right. We're pushing ads.
Okay, cool. So some of you may not see ads. So some of you have gone to an ad break and you don't see me, but others didn't get an ad. So if you didn't get an ad, let me know that too in the chat. I know, of course, if you're on YouTube Premium, like I am, you don't get to get an ad. You won't see it because you're paying for premium. But YouTube Premium subscribers have an ad-free experience, which I love YouTube Premium myself. I'm spoiled, to not have to watch ads. But yeah, let us know in the chat if you did not get an ad. Let me know if you're YouTube Premium, and we're going to complete our ad break experiment in just a moment. And someone got Lyft, ad pulse. I can't read that without everybody staring at the top of my head. So Nick, can you give me some examples of what people got?
Yeah, we got a Google Chrome ad, Big Lots, US Bank. Tracy did not get an ad. Donna didn't get an ad. Bruce got an ad for something called Ad Pulse.
Okay.
Seems relatively targeted. Kim got, I'm probably going to mispronounce it, Clio. That might be a B2B thing. Maybe Kim could fill us in.
Okay.
Kajabi.
Kajabi. Okay.
Yeah, so there's some targeting, it seems like. And then there's more general stuff like Lyft.
Kajabi's pretty close. We kind of sort of compete with them since we build sites and create members areas and shopping carts and all that. So it's sort of similar to our PushButton AI product. But okay, cool. Well, I want to thank you for participating in our ad break experiment, and we're going to continue on and get on with the show. So thank you for that. And now we're going to move on to the next segment, and we're going to talk about how to make an email newsletter. Okay, so we talked in the last segment a couple of strategies of how to get subscribers to your email newsletter. But what if you don't have any clue about what to do with them once you got them? Because you got to send them content. You have to actually send a lot of people do weekly, some people do daily, but you got to send them content, send them their newsletter. And sometimes people might go into niche markets where they are not familiar with the topic, or they're not an expert, so they're not confident in making content. So today we'll talk about how you can create content, and it's quite simple to do. All right, let's see if I have any other windows I need to share. I do not. Do a new chat GPT. Okay. All right, so again, reminder, if you're watching with me live, we're recording this for future content creation. So you might see me do multiple takes, or you might see me make notes for our editor, but just so you know, that's because we're creating additional content from this material. And so let's get to it. We talk a lot on this channel about creating an email newsletter in order to make profit, because in my business, subscribers equal money. Every subscriber that I get, I make at least $1 every month in my business. And what I do is I get subscribers and I sell them my stuff. And there are lots of business models on ways to make money with subscribers, but what if you don't know how to create an email newsletter? You don't know how to send them content. So you might want to get an email newsletter subscription list, but you're not familiar with your niche market. Maybe you're not confident in your knowledge, or maybe you're just a little anxious about creating newsletter content. Well, I'm going to show you how you can create newsletter content for free in any niche market that you can imagine, whether you know it or not, and you're going to do it all using AI. Let's get into it. So first up, what you're going to do is you're going to go out and you're going to create a free email account. So you're going to set up a Gmail, you're going to set up a Yahoo, Microsoft, whatever it is, wherever you're going to go to create your free email account. You want to go out, create a free account. Once you've got that mailbox set up, now you're going to go subscribe to 10. There we go, 10. 10 different competing newsletters in your niche. Okay, so let's say you're building a subscriber list for new mothers who they have young children, and maybe they're very interested in, the health and behavior and all the stuff that goes with being a new parent and trying to raise a happy and healthy child. And let's say that's your email, your niche, and you're building a newsletter about that. So you're going to want to go out and subscribe to 10 different similar newsletters to what we're talking about. And this is actually probably a super, super easy step. Okay. And you just subscribe to them with your new free email address, and you just let them all pile in and go into your mailbox, and let all the email come in throughout the week. And then when it's time for you to make your email newsletter, you're going to go back into that mailbox. And then you're going to, one at a time, you're going to copy right from the mailbox. You'll go into Gmail, you'll copy the entire newsletter, your competitor's newsletter, and we're going to paste it into either ChatGPT or Claude. Claude is a competitor to ChatGPT, either one. And then we're going to ask it to summarize the contents of that newsletter. And I should have prepared this ahead of time, but let's see. On my laptop, I do not have a newsletter to summarize. Let's see, what can I, here, let's do this. I am going to go to, so here, note for editor, we'll edit this little bit out. So my audience here, one thing is I'm, as you may know, I'm traveling, I'm remote, and I'm on my little laptop, and I don't have the newsletter content that I needed. So let's see if I can find some really fast while you guys watch me. But let's go. Oh, you know what? I'll grab one of our own newsletters. So. Oops, I didn't spell it right. We'll try this again. Come on. There we go. So here's what I'm going to do. Here, let me see if I can do it. I'll share my screen. And by the way, if you're not a subscriber to Ingeniosity, then you definitely want to subscribe. So every week, we actually put out some amazing content about the world of modern entrepreneurship. So if you want to follow along and see us build a newsletter business, you can do that. If you just go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe to do that. And producer Nick, you can pop that link out there for everybody. But I'm going to go ahead and use our own newsletter. Let me just see. Let's see. Oh, it's set for, it's gated. So I can't actually, okay. Well, I can't actually see it because I'm not a subscriber. Let's see. Okay, I can't get it from there. Here. I'm going to just find a quick article so I can demo this. Apologies, everyone. And I'm just going to, what I'm going to do for the audience is I'm going to just take a, I'm just going to find an article. Oh, that's a product. Darn it. Okay, these are all products. Darn it. Hold on, everybody. I apologize. I need some content, not some. Here we go.
I have a recommendation you can try.
Yeah, I did. I managed to get some content here, so I'm going to do this.
Sounds good.
Come on. Okay. Okay, so for the purposes of this broadcast, we're going to pretend like this is an email newsletter that we got from our mailbox. But again, I'm on my little laptop. I don't have access to a box with newsletter content in it at the moment. So we're all gonna make believe. How about that? All right, so now that I'm screen sharing, here is what you do. You come into ChatGPT and you say, you are an expert marketing and business researcher. Please review the following newsletter article and summarize it for me. Provide a little detail on each topic covered. Here is the newsletter. And then we'll do a colon and we do quotes and we'll paste your newsletter content and then you hit enter. And then whether you're using ChatGPT, you can also use Claude for this is another one. Oops, there we go. Now it's doing the summary. And so now what it's going to do is it is going to summarize the contents of that newsletter, right? We don't want to have to read 10 newsletters, right? 10 lengthy, usually newsletters are pretty lengthy. So what we want to do is we want to get it to do a summary, okay? And now we're going to save this summary. And we're going to copy it. And then we're going to save it. So once you have a summary for all 10 of them, you're going to feed the 10 summaries back into ChatGPT. So what you'll do, we're going to use another prompt, and we're going to say, here are ten newsletters. Please review all of them and brainstorm out topics for my own newsletter designed for new mothers. Here are the 10 newsletter summaries. Of course, I just misspelled that, not news sitters, newsletters. Okay. And then, of course, we do quotes, and then you would paste them all into the chat, hit enter, and ChatGPT is going to go to work, and it's going to give you an outline for your own email newsletter. So now, even though you might not be an expert, the AI is going to give you a list. It's going to give you a recommendation of what you should put in your newsletter. So you can also, if you want to modify it and play around with the prompt that you put in when you ask the AI what to do, you can also ask it to brainstorm other similar ideas, and it will tell you even more. But this is a way for you to stay up to date and be able to feed up to date recent newsletters to ChatGPT to sort of get it thinking about your market. And then you can ask it to then create an outline for your own newsletter. And step by step, you can even ask it to fill out each of the outline steps. So let's say it gives you a 10-step outline of what should be in your newsletter. One by one, you feed it back to ChatGPT and say, hey, please write this section, right? And then it will write it. Please write the next section. Please write the next section. And go one at a time, write every one of the sections for your email newsletter. And so this is a way where you can create expert-like content without you having to be an absolute expert or guru on the topic. And it makes it really easy to jump into the newsletter business. So if you want to create a subscriber list, you want to get into the email newsletter business model, it's something that we have covered quite a lot here on the channel. In fact, we have an experiment we're doing live in front of the channel where we're building 2 of our own email newsletters, and we're reporting back step by step on what we're doing, how it's going, and how the whole thing works. So I highly recommend you subscribe to the channel. So if you haven't yet, you'll see down below this video, somewhere down there is going to be the subscribe button. Please click it, subscribe to the channel, and then you'll be notified every time we release some new training. And you can follow along on how it's going with us building our own newsletter businesses ourselves. And you'll see both the good stuff that we do and the big successes we have, but also when we run into problems and have a failure, we will cover that too. So you know what to do and what not to do in your own email newsletter journey. But here's a quick and simple way for you to create your content, even though you might not be confident in writing your own newsletter yourself. So on that note, that wraps us up for this segment, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now. Okay, so that's it on the newsletter. Anybody have any questions about this one? Anybody have any questions at all about how to generate your own newsletter with this strategy? Okay, and to recap it, we're going to subscribe to 10 newsletters. We're going to pipe those newsletters into a free mailbox that we keep separate from our normal mailbox so it doesn't clog it up. And we're going to go in there once a week or a few times a week, however often you need. And then you're going to take those newsletters and feed them to ChatGPT, ask it to summarize each one. Then you take each summary and feed them all back to ChatGPT and ask it to write your newsletter for you. Okay, that's the thing in a nutshell. That's the summary of it. Producer Nick, do we have any questions?
We do. This is a good question from Pete.
Yeah.
Pete says, do you have to let your readers know that this is an AI written newspaper or newsletter?
No, you do not. So you can if you want to. There's no reason you certainly could. AI to help them write stuff or to write things for them. Amazon is even accepting AI content into their Kindle and their book programs at this point. So, at least at the time of this live broadcast, they are. So they have actually come out and said so. Even Google has been very clear that they do not have a negative stance on AI content as long as it's helpful and it provides what the users are looking for, which in this case, it will. It will be very useful, very helpful, and it will be good content. So you're not required to tell them, but you can if you want. It's really up to you. What else we got? Anything?
Yes. Hello?
Yes.
This is from DE Production Company. They say, would you suggest having your PBAIE course? Oh, I see. He mistyped and he redacted it. I think he's rewriting the question.
Okay.
No, that's all the questions. We're caught up on that.
Okay. So, so PushButton AI, it actually, creates content, and its content is not for a newsletter. It's for building courses. Is the content there? But would you guys like it to make newsletters?
I would.
Yeah. Any other votes on would you like PushButton AI to build newsletter content? Like newsletter issues for you? I'm curious what the interest level is on that.
So DE Production Company, he rewrote his question. So he says, would you suggest having a PBAIE course and a newsletter on the same topic? How they can feed each other?
Yeah, you can totally do that. Newsletter, and then I would sell your PushButton AI course. So the course that you're selling on PushButton AI, you could just use your newsletter as like a lead generation strategy, and then you sell your course. Right? So you get the subscriber and then pitch them on buying your course.
All right.
Cool.
And And it
Any
looks...
last call for questions on this topic before we'll move on and go to, I have some important news to share with everyone that we're going to cover next. So before we get to the important news, this is the last call for questions. We got any?
Nope.
Okay, then here's what we'll do. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I heard a rumor that Barack Obama wants to talk to you. So
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
that's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This push-button AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
all right. Which, by the way, how is my video stream coming in? Is it, I think my phone in the middle of the show just switched from Wi-Fi to cellular data, and I have no way to fix it. Producer Nick, are you there?
Yes.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, your connection's a little iffy.
Okay, so what's the quality of the stream looking like?
It did go down. It's pretty choppy. Voice coming in and out. Camera quality gets pixely.
Darn it. Okay. I don't know why I'm kicked off Wi-Fi here, but I am. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. So that's what we get for trying to do a show from on location. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to be quick. We're already gone an hour, but I have a lot of news that I want to cover. We'll just go through it kind of quickly. So this, instead of recording this for a segment, I'm just going to just talk generally. So producer Nick will, we're not going to use this for content. I'm just going to talk through the news. So
Sounds good.
Here have really, really big one. You guys heard about it? So OpenAI had a big developer conference specifically for developers like me, but there were some important announcements that I think is exciting for just all users of ChatGPT. So we'll get into that. Also, Elon Musk had a big announcement about Grok. That's what he's calling their AI. Not sure I would have picked that name, but heck, who might argue with Elon? He's doing all right over there. But that is released. We'll talk about that. There is also, let's see what else is on my list. Scrolling through. That's Grok. Oh, Midjourney has a new style tuner, which is pretty darn cool. And there we go. Okay, so that is the topic of the news. So we'll start right at the top. So OpenAI had their developer conference. I think it's their first annual developer conference. They have a bunch of stuff. So they've got ChatGPT 4 Turbo. Sounds pretty exciting, right? But ChatGPT 4 Turbo is currently available it's in preview mode. It's actually not even in production yet, but I'm told it will be released soon to the public. And one of the things that is really exciting about it is that memory. So you may have noticed if you're a user of ChatGPT, where it can't take big giant pieces of information. Right? It has a limit of how much text it can hold in its memory. So think every time you open a conversation, ChatGPT, it's got like some memory space to be thinking about your conversation, and it's fairly limited. And then Claude, it's from a company called Anthropic. They came out and started competing with ChatGPT, and they have a huge context window. Basically, call it 100,000 words of content. That's a rough approximation, but that Claude from Anthropic can cover. So now ChatGPT has fallen behind. They need to catch up. And so now with ChatGPT 4 Turbo, when they release that to the public and you're able to access it through the ChatGPT interface, it's going to dramatically expand. I think they're now going to go up to 120,000 what they call you're having, which really helps us for doing things like I showed today about pasting lots of newsletter content and trying to get it to summarize it, trying to paste lots of content and asking it to rewrite it, or having very long strung out conversations with ChatGPT will now be much, much easier once they release this to the public. Now, it's not yet available through ChatGPT. It's just only available to developers, and it's only in preview mode. But again, I'm told it's going to be released to the public very, very soon. But probably the most exciting development is what they are calling custom like mine to create custom experiences. They used to call these plugins, but they're phasing out and getting rid of plugins, and they have these custom GPTs that they'll be launching. And this allows anyone to essentially customize and create some really cool things on top of the ChatGPT platform. And they even have like an app marketplace. It'll be very much like the App Store on your phone, right? Where you can install and use them inside the ChatGPT universe. And I'll show you, you can see in the user interface, at least in mine, you can see some of the initial signs of this new custom GPT marketplace. So here, I'm gonna go back to my screen and I'll show example, go full screen. So if we come over here, you'll notice this little Explore tab here on the left. If we click it, we start to see the early signs of what's going to become their custom GPT experiences. And here we go. So right now, you can create your own custom GPTs if you're a developer, and I'll show a little bit about how you do that in a minute. But here are some previews of ones they have created. So these are all examples of custom GPTs that you see down here. Here's the Negotiator. It's actually a custom programmed AI to help you negotiate better for, you want to negotiate pricing or whatever you might need to negotiate. Here's a game explainer. So if you want to get the rules and how to play a game, it's a custom a tech support advisor. So if you're struggling with your technology, it's a custom GPT that's specifically designed to help you debug and solve computer problems. So as you can see here, they got things like the laundry buddy, a chef. Okay, I didn't mean to click on the chef, but there we go. So I can chat with the chef and get to give me recipes. But here, let's go back. Did not mean to click on that. But any company will be able to make these. In fact, you don't even need to be a programmer. There is a you don't need to know a programming language to build these. He gave a really interesting, oh, I got a bagpipe outside my window. You guys hear that? They're playing a bagpipe out there. Producer Nick, is that coming through?
Oh yeah, you can hear that very clearly.
Freedom. Okay. So this is a cool experience. So you'll have a lot of new ways to use ChatGPT. And I believe, I don't know if they said this specifically, but my understanding is that they're going to be phasing out or getting rid of plugins and going with this new custom GPT kind of library. And one thing I noticed, if I go into my account and I go over here to Builder Profile, you can see that you can begin to build your own custom GPTs and share them with the world from here. And there'll be more information on this, but look in your account, you'll see that it's in your settings under Builder Profile. To get started on the process, you got to attach and verify your domain name, and then you'll be able to make like your official company presence in the GPT market. And stay tuned. I will be showing in the future, as the functionality becomes live for everybody, I'll show you how you can make your own custom GPTs. You can share them with the world, and you can even monetize them. So you can charge money for custom GPTs and get paid to make useful stuff in the ChatGPT infrastructure. Think of it like being able to make an iPhone or an Android app without needing to do any programming. You don't need to be a coder necessarily to do this. If you are, you'll be able to do nicer and cooler, but it's not required. In fact, from the stage, Sam Altman made a custom GPT by just talking to ChatGPT and asking it to help him make it. So it's pretty exciting times. All right. Come back on screen. Okay, so, and there's a lot anymore. One of the things is I know a lot of our customers ask about this, and that is copyright. And there is a lot of confusion, misinformation, or paranoia that using stuff coming from a AI, somehow you're going to get into copyright trouble. So, and unless you're trying to rip off copyrighted materials, it takes effort. You're not going to accidentally break anybody's copyright using AI. But now, OpenAI has officially announced something they're calling Copyright Shield, and they are essentially indemnifying you. They're going to cover you. If anybody ever sues you and says the content you use from their AI is violating a copyright, they are protecting you, and they will step up and cover those costs. So they're calling it Copyright Shield. But it's already not a problem. But I think they're doing this because there is so much confusion about copyright and in the world of AI. Okay, cool. And then the final news announcement this week I want to talk about really quickly is Grok. So Grok is the new AI model being released by Elon Musk. So in fact, you can sign up for the preview. If you're a Twitter Plus member, you're prioritized, so you'll get earlier access than everyone else. And basically, like the longer you've had Twitter Plus, the higher your odds of being able to get in. But if you go to Grok, that's Grok, grok.x.ai. So that's Grok, grok.x.ai. You can sign up for the early access, the beta of that. So beta meaning it's not publicly released and it's in testing phase. You might know software goes through phases. You might have your alpha phase, which is the very early beginning one, and your beta, and then you might go into a private beta, a public beta, and then you'll launch your software. It's generally how it goes. So they have, they're opening up access to the beta, and first come, first serve, at least based on your Twitter premium account. And Grok is designed to be quite a bit different than OpenAI's ChatGPT. Okay, so Elon is, as you may know, he claims to be a big proponent of free speech, and he does not want to censor the AI. So over at OpenAI, that's very censored. It won't say things offensive. It will, there have been several times I have tried to have conversations about topics that are not offensive, that are not borderline, and it refuses because it's so heavily trained and restricted to not talk about certain subjects. And they've also, not to dive off into the realm of politics too much, but OpenAI has very clearly kind of made their AI to kind of be a little bit oriented in one political direction compared to another. So it's not, truly just wide open. So what Elon wants to do is provide an AI that does not have that censorship. So it is not pre-programmed to stay away from offensive or controversial topics. It's not pre-programmed to have any particular ideology. They just feed it all of the data, and then it gives the data, the answers and responses according to what the data is in its, in its model. So I find it very interesting. They have programmed it to be to use irony and to be kind of sarcastic, to be a little funny. It loves to tell jokes while it's answering your queries, and it's actually pretty funny. So that's Grok. So it's intended to be, they're trying to position themselves different than OpenAI. In fact, you might be aware of this, but Elon was an early investor in OpenAI. And then they had a falling out, got into a fight actually, because Elon was a big believer in trying that AI should be open source and open for everybody. But then OpenAI decided to not be so open and to close their model and to keep all the data private and to themselves. And then that's when they had a falling out. And Elon kind of withdrew from that project and went off doing his own thing. So that's the history there. And then, of course, we did have an announcement, Midjourney, which I haven't been using as much lately for images. So Midjourney is an AI image generator, but they have a new style tuner that sounds really, really cool. And in fact, maybe next week we'll do a show on how to use style tuner. But it's a new thing that allows you to have more control, where you can kind of say, hey, Midjourney, here's an image. I want you to make the next image using the same style, the same look, the same feel as the last one, which can have a lot of really cool usages. So we may cover that in a future episode on how to use it. But that is the AI news for this week. And I want to remind you that we have PushButton AI. And if you would like the power of AI without all the complications, because let's face it, in all this exciting news about all these different tools, still it is confusing. No one has really made using AI simple until now. That's what PushButton AI is all about. So it allows you to log into the dashboard, answer 2 questions, and hit a button. And you can literally have it build your whole business for you. So rather than having to go back and forth, copying and pasting and chatting and asking ChatGPT 4 million different questions, and then having to take all of that, paste it over here into a web page, and you still got to publish your website and set everything up. Instead, it just does it all. So you don't have to deal with that. And on top of that, it creates everything you need to launch your business, from a 30-day email sequence to a logo, to videos, to audiobooks, to lessons for selling training materials, a squeeze page to get subscribers to sign up to your newsletter, and so much more. And it's all done at the push of a button. So I highly encourage you. You have 2 demo, and we'll get on live with you one-on-one and show you how the technology can help you build a brand new business from scratch, or how you can use it to grow your AI/demo, PushButton AI/demo. Your second choice, we're holding a live Eastern, and I'm going to be showing you the absolute uses of AI, and then we're going to open up our early access program to PushButton AI while you watch the masterclass. And you can register for that by going to Push. Did it boot me out again?
It did. You were having kind of severe connection problems, and it looks like it kicked you.
Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. I don't know why the Wi-Fi won't connect here on this phone, but all right. Anyway, go to pushbutton.ai/free class, and you can find out more about that. And what I'll do now is, are there any other questions? Anything you guys need from me this week before we wrap things up for today? Is there anything at all? Ask it in the chat now, and I'd be happy to help you out with anything about the news, any topic we covered this week, or anything at all that I can do to help you with your internet business. It's my mission in life to help as many entrepreneurs as possible. It's a really important personal mission of mine to help many, many entrepreneurs. And that includes you. So if you have any help, any questions you need, any consulting you need about getting your business off the ground or a problem you're having, please ask it now. We'll do a quick round of open Q&A on any topic at all. Ask me anything. And then we're going to be wrapping up for today. Producer Nick, do we have anything that I can answer?
No, we're still waiting for those questions to roll in.
All right, cool. All right, well, hopefully my data connection on my phone is going to continue to behave while we wrap things up here. But yeah, ask those questions now on anything at all. Those of you who are PushButton AI customers, you have a strategic question that you need advice on traffic, you need advice on tweaking your sites or what niche to go into, what topic to cover a course on, anything at all, ask now before we wrap it up for the day.
You know, I have a question that I think other people might want your insight on. I think we had this conversation, then we had to go do something else, but I didn't get to ask you more about this. What's the relationship between email frequency to your list and open rates?
Well, generally, it's so if you're the more you mail, the lower your open rates are. That's a general phenomenon. Okay. But that's maybe oversimplifying things a little bit, but that's the basic thing. If you're mailing your list once a week, you're going to have stronger open rates. If you're mailing your list every day, you're going to have a little bit lower open rates. But at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in mailing frequently, and that's not everyone agrees with me on that, but to me, the math pencils out into more profit when I do. That's the simplicity of it. Because let's say you mail once a week, okay? And let's say you're going to get a 30 to 40% open rate. Let's call just 30%, right? Okay, it booted me off again. But anyway, you have 7 more shots to get clicks and opens and attention from your list. Even if you see a decrease in the open rates, you're still going to have a much, much bigger net positive. But you will get more unsubscribes and you will have a lower open rate. But at the end of the day, you will get much more attention and make more money as a result. Okay, any questions before my phone dies again?
So this is from Sophia. And I think this was when you were talking about all the news over the week. I think you were cutting out when you were talking about this. But she asked about, I heard that ChatGPT has a new turbo feature that they're launching. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so hopefully it came through. I talked about it during the news quite a bit. Maybe, I don't know if that came in before or that or not, but it's not available through the public ChatGPT interface yet. They're saying they're going to be It should be coming soon to the public ChatGPT, but it's not available yet. And then, the other thing that is even more cool is the context window. So I know a lot of people are concerned because ChatGPT, they call it their context window, and it was only through 2021. They updated it. It is now current through April of 2023, and then they're going to do a much. So they're going to want to make it more and more and more current. So as of today, in fact, we can go ask ChatGPT and see what it says. Let's go ask it. Okay, we'll go back to ChatGPT, and we're going to ask, how current is your information right now? See right there, April 2023. And so that was also announced this week, that cool update. So especially for topics that evolve a lot and change frequently, that's very, very good news. So I forgot to talk about that. That's also, so this is already released, and the rest of the benefits of ChatGPT 4 Turbo are coming sometime this year. All right. Anything else?
Yes, DE Production Company wants to know, what's a good way to ask your newsletter subscribers to add their advice? I'm assuming for like a column where you're engaging with your subscribers in the newsletter.
I misunderstood that.
So what's a good way to ask your newsletter subscribers to add their advice?
To add their advice?
I'm thinking like a segment in the newsletter where you're collaborating with or asking questions or engaging with your audience.
I've never done that. I mean, I will frequently ask them to just hit reply and answer questions. So I ask them questions. So maybe that's what you're talking about. But that's I'll very often do that. It's not automated or nothing. I just say, hey, reply back, and then I have an assistant go through the replies. And kind of summarize them up. But I do that for surveys. I'll do that a lot for marketing surveys. If I want to learn a little bit about maybe a new feature or new marketing buttons that I might want to use in my, if we're going to launch a new feature and we're thinking about it, I might survey the list and just say, hey, reply back. I don't know if that's helpful, but there you go. All right. So this will be final call for questions. No more new questions. We're going to wrap things up here in just a moment. So anything else?
I had a comment on that note. I see a lot, especially if the community is paid. It's like a paid newsletter. As a part of the weekly or daily cadence of the newsletter, they'll include wins or things that their subscribers are doing. So if you have a paid newsletter that helps people with, it's all about baking, they share things. Bill's gone. But I'll finish my thought and see if we can get Bill back in here. Okay, Bill's back. But I'll see people adding their, if their newsletters on baking, they'll add things that their readers have made over the past week with the help of the newsletter, things like that. I see that pretty frequently.
Cool.
Okay, I think we're caught up now.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, I want to thank everyone for being part of today's show. And we're going to be wrapping things up. I have an interesting video to show you. A little weird, a little off, and remind you to subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the like button. I'm doing a horrible job as a YouTuber here. So as all the YouTubers say, smash that like button. You'll see it down below the video. That feeds the YouTube algorithm so that YouTube knows that this is good content and they should show it to others. So it'll help the channel. It'll help me. I would greatly appreciate it. So hit that like button and don't go anywhere until you have subscribed, so you'll catch all of our content. We publish it throughout the week, And of course, we come back here every week live, hanging out with you as well. And on that note, I have a video to show you. And then we'll see you next week. So let's see, where is my video? And that's not it. That's not it. That's it there.
You can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse. Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called PushButton AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. PushButton AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with PushButton AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.
AI, then what are you doing? So I would like to invite you to a free masterclass. We're going to be covering in detail how to create an entire digital online course, an entire business, in fact, that can be set up 100% using AI. And if you'd like to attend that free masterclass, what you're going to want to do is head over right now to pushbutton.ai/free class. In that class, I'm going to show you how we can help two different kinds of people. Number one, if you've got a business and you want to add training, courses, or information to your existing business as a new profit center, or maybe a way to add value to your customers, then I'm going to show you how to do a detailed 10-module training course, including 50 to 60,000 words of content, have it set up and built for you by AI. Also, if you're trying to start your first business online and you're looking for a great business model to make some money online, then PushButton AI is the right solution. And I'll show you how you can use this amazing tool to build an entire business like that. In a snap, PushButton AI will build an entire course for you, create video training, audio training, write your sales page for you, write 30 days of emails for you, create your logo, build your website, set up your shopping cart, set the entire thing up, create a members area so that people can pay you to get access to the course, and you get to charge money and keep all the profits. It's quite easy. You answer 2 questions and you hit a button and it literally does everything for you. A logo, a 30-day email sequence, your sales pages for selling your product. It creates the entire training course that you can charge money for. It installs your website, sets up your hosting, launches your site. It even helps you pick the perfect domain name, all powered by AI. You just literally log in and start up your brand new business. So attend the free masterclass. I'll show you a live demo of how it works. I'll explain the entire business model so you can see exactly how does it work and how do you profit. That's pushbutton.ai/free class. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. You'll see it down below the video down there somewhere. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, and actually we'll make sure that you're notified next time that we go live. We release content all throughout the week, by the way, so we have videos on additional strategies and tactics we'll be dropping to you all week long. Check out all of our useful content. Head over to pushbutton.ai/free class if you're not yet a customer. Every paying customer, we're going to be taking today's training. We'll take all the prompts, all the resources, everything that you need to use it, and we're going to put it in your paid members area. So you'll see it in your AI profits course inside your members area. On that note, I'll see you there.
Presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
that's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning. You wouldn't believe.
This PushButton AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.